Take a look at your current IQ. It is a snapshot in time, different than what you possessed 10 years ago, and entirely separate from what you will hold 10 years from now. For over a century, the standardized school system has operated on the belief that intelligence is a fixed genetic hand you are dealt at birth. Yet the very system that claimed to measure intelligence expelled Thomas Edison, labeling him unteachable and incapable of understanding basic concepts. Albert Einstein's early teachers followed the same script, branding him as slow and intellectually deficient long before he redefined our understanding of the universe. These shifts occurred because intelligence functions as a dynamic biological muscle. It expands and contracts, not based on genetics, but through a specific three-phase cycle of daily habits. Biological growth requires resistance. Just as a muscle fiber must tear under a heavy load to grow back stronger, your neurological pathways only thicken when an electrical impulse is forced to struggle across a difficult gap. Einstein triggered this growth through habit 1, undistracted thinking. He spent hours walking in total silence, removing all books and notes to force his brain to generate its own internal input. Modern consumption, scrolling through videos or listening to podcasts, outsources this heavy lifting. Because the creator has already organized the information for you, your brain remains a passive passenger, never forced to generate the resistance required to build new processing power. Building that power requires habit 2, productive struggle. You must attempt to solve a problem in total isolation before looking up the answer or asking for assistance. This period of failing, adjusting, and trying again serves a mechanical purpose. It forces the brain to adopt its architecture to bridge the gap between what you know and what you're trying to achieve. In this framework, the frustration of a difficult problem is the necessary mechanical friction that signals the brain to begin cognitive growth. Once that growth is triggered, you enter phase 2, processing. Raw data is essentially useless until the brain learns to connect isolated facts into a functional network of understanding. Habit 3 uses writing as a tool for this synthesis. Physically putting thoughts onto paper slows down the brain's natural overthinking speed, forcing deep focus onto a single clear concept. You can accelerate this by learning topics outside your primary field. Habit 4, cross-disciplinary learning, forces the brain to make fast, novel connections between unrelated subjects, increasing overall thinking speed. Habit 5 cements these connections through memory training. By immediately attempting to teach the concept, you reinforce the neural lines you just built. Thomas Edison turned his laboratory into a massive engine for this habit, constantly cross-pollinating ideas between his assistants and different scientific disciplines to force breakthroughs. By focusing on output and connection, the brain stops acting like a passive storage drive and upgrades into an active engine of understanding. The final phase is the most overlooked. Biological systems do not upgrade while they are under stress. They solidify their gains during periods of complete rest. Charles Darwin produced theories that changed the world while working a schedule of only 4 to 5 hours a day, dedicating the rest of his time to long walks and quiet reflection. Habit 6 is the intentional embrace of rest. During sleep and unstructured downtime, the brain integrates the day's friction, physically upgrading the neural pathways you spent the morning challenging. For the modern mind, boredom is a biologically mandatory system recharge, rather than a weakness to be cured by a smartphone. You now hold the blueprint for a brain built through the mechanical practice of friction, synthesis, and rest. To build a faster, stronger mind, you must stop gathering random information and start rigorously defending these cognitive habits. You can activate Habit 5 right now. Close this tab, recall the most surprising fact from this video, and explain it in the comments below to permanently wire it into your memory.